Hello everyone, this is Tengu Ru, and welcome to the penultimate episode of my Dark Souls boss challenge. We have defeated the Sanctuary Guardian, Knight Artorias, and Black Dragon Calamite, leaving one final boss still standing in the DLC. To reach him, we have journeyed deep into the Chasm of the Abyss. It is here in the darkest reaches of the Abyss that a large hand, the same one that pulled us into this time to begin with, takes hold of us for a face-to-face encounter. It is here we finally meet Manus, the father of the Abyss, and the cause behind the corruption of Ulasil. Ulasil awakened Manus at the urging of a primordial serpent, and upon awakening, he flew into a rage. Ancient Manus was once a human being, but he became the father of the Abyss after his humanity went wild, eternally seeking his precious broken pendant. The very pendant that we now have in our possession, which caused his draw to us. His search has caused the spread of his domain, and twisting and warping the humanity of the inhabitants of the once peaceful land of Ulasil. Manus is an extremely aggressive boss, so a strong and stable shield will make a big difference. When his health reaches a certain point, he starts adding in dark magic to the mix as well, some of which are extremely difficult to avoid. Finding the silver pendant that Artorias left behind in Ulasil Township will be your best bet at dealing with it. Activating the pendant at the right moment will deflect dark magic, making one of Manus' greatest weapons trivial. It's also possible to summon a little help for this fight. If you search around the battlefield, you'll be able to spot a summon sign for Sif, the wolf companion of Artorias. The young wolf will wield his master's sword in his mouth and help take down the one who corrupted him. I thought for sure everyone would want to see the armor of Artorias for this fight, but I had quite a few people suggest wearing Lord's Blade Karen's set for the fight and decided it would be nice to draw something new. Karen was one of the 4 knights of Gwyn, along with Artorias, Goff, and Ornstein. She was the only female member of the group, and she laid waste to Gwyn's enemies through the use of her blades. She was very close to the late knight Artorias, and possibly had romantic feelings for him. Using her set for this fight makes it feel like she's out for revenge against the one who corrupted her lost love. Karen wields 2 blades as weapons that we will also be using. The first is the Gold Tracer, a small curved sword that etches the darkness with dire streaks of gold. The second is the Dark Silver Tracer, a long dagger with poisonous barbs. A foe is first distracted by the dazzling streaks of the Gold Tracer, then is stung by the vicious poison of the dagger. The 2 weapons together have a very fluid, almost dance-like moveset when used. Together with our compatriot Sif, we will manage to defeat the Father of the Abyss, avenge the fallen knight Artorias, and rescue the Princess Dusk. It is here we realize that the legend of Artorias was indeed a myth, and that we are the ones who halted the spread of the Abyss here. Our deeds, however, are destined to be forgotten, saved by a few, and lost to time. If you fight Sif after doing the DLC, he now has a new intro where he recognizes you before sadly taking up his sword against you. Now that our mission is done, it is time for us to return to our time, as we do not belong in this one. We have one final task to complete, in our time before the end. This will be the last boss of the game, and it's crazy to think we've come this far. There is one set to be found in this area, and a few weapon options, but if there's any other set in the game you guys would prefer to see, let me know. I'll go with whatever set in the game gets the most requests for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will join me in the final episode of my Dark Souls boss challenge.